Rival Sports Media presents Villanova Wildcats hockey as the Villanova Wildcats 11-3-2 overall this season, taking on the Towson Tigers, who come in with a record of 5-17. That's Jason Joseph. My name is Tom Hill. Jason, a week ago today, we saw the first game in the 2025 calendar year for the Wildcats. It was a 4-2 loss at the hands of the Westchester Rams. What do the Wildcats have to do to bounce back here at home against Towson?
I think that the one main thing that they have to do today is they got to come out here and they got to make a statement. This is a Towson team that's really been struggling and hasn't won a game since October 19th. So they've been really struggling, and so you're at your home arena tonight, playing at Hatfield Ice Arena, and you got to go out there and you got to make sure that you just do whatever you can to pound them on both sides, when it comes to the blue line, when it comes to the offense, and I think that they can absolutely do that today, Tom.
George Mason leads the ECHA conference with 34 points. Westchester is second with 33. Then Lehigh third at 27, and the Wildcats sit right in that fourth spot with 24 points. So it's going to be pivotal for them to pick up a win and pick up 2 more points in the ECHA conference standings. And something you touched on, Jason, this Towson Tigers team, they have been reeling. 13 games lost in a row. In that 13-game span, they've allowed 83 goals as a team. That's 6.5 goals per game. So if you're Villanova and a lot of these skaters and forwards, namely Charlie Davis, as well as some other guys, we saw Timmy Kabelski pick up his 6th goal a week ago against Westchester. So you got to figure there will be scoring opportunities today. And, this game comes at a very good time for the Wildcats because you want to try to pick up points in the ECHA conference standings.
You absolutely do. And the one thing that I know about this Towson team is that they have 2 very, very good scorers that have been really incredible this year. You got Jay Harwood and obviously Jeremy Wilson out there as well. They've combined to score 60 of the 83 points for Towson this year. And the one thing I like about Villanova, just to sort of, go back to your point, is that they do a very good job at taking the top tier players out of the game, and they'll come up with different types of defensive schemes to give them different types of looks and make shots not so easy on them. Also, they're really good on the forecheck. They've been very good on the power play as well. It was a tough loss for them last week, but I expect nothing less than a sensational performance by them today.
And you did mention Wilson as a key player to look out for this Tigers team. His 32 points leads the ECHA, and his 16 goals second behind William Patterson's Austin Teets, who we did see about 2 months ago. And this is a team, however, in Towson that, their last win came in mid-October against Temple. If you're Villanova, you got to figure they can score. We've seen it sometimes at home this year. It feels like we see it a little bit more on the road, Jason. But this Villanova team, if they can come out and they can come out firing and look aggressive early on and maybe get a goal or 2 in that first period, the sky's the limit for this team offensively.
I'm a stats guy, Tom. I'm going to say, 20 shots on goal or even something along those lines I think would be perfect for this team. If they can come out here in the first period and by the very end get at least 20 shots on goal, I'd be very, very happy about that, especially when you're going up against a blue line who's really been struggling this year. I mean, take a look at their roster from top to bottom. They just have not been as elite as Villanova.
And you take a look at those 2 players that Jason mentioned in both Jeremy Wilson and Jay Harwood. We've spoken a couple times this season about Villanova's defense and how well they've done it neutralizing or sometimes completely stopping the opposing star player. We saw it when Teets and William Patterson came here. We saw Zach Gruber and Lehigh. It feels like, other than last week's game against Westchester, this defensive unit for Villanova has done a tremendous job shutting down the opposition, shutting down the passing lanes, and not letting anything truly develop from an offensive perspective. And you got to give a lot of credit to coaching, but also the personnel and the players for doing their job. But you got to figure Villanova, the name of the game today is to score fast, and score early.
I've always said this, and I will just continue to say this again and again. This Villanova defense has key cogs in their system that just aren't afraid to go after the puck and also make plays for other people. They're a very good team that's out in transition, where if they can cause a turnover, they can get Charlie Davis out there on a one-on-one situation, or they could get somebody like Jack Fittacaro out there as well, who certainly has a lot of lightning speed as well. So, this team just has layers, and I expect that when face-off does occur over at center circle, that they're going to be ready for the moment today, Tom.
And we also have to just take a moment to highlight the uber successful freshman season that Charlie Davis has put together. And, as we're starting to get later in this regular season, Jason, we start to see that, the ECHA, all first team selections will be, divvied out. And Charlie Davis has made a phenomenal case to put his name up there with some of the best players in this conference. And you even take a look at Jeremy Wilson or a Jay Harwood on Towson's team. But, if you're Villanova here today, you want to come out aggressive, you want to come out, with some fire here, especially, last week, tough team in Westchester. We did see they were physical, they were fast, and it felt like early in that game that Villanova looked a bit flat, and then they really turned it up in that second and third period. But expect the energy to be straight from the jump, right from the puck drop at center ice. But Villanova just has to scratch and claw here in the ECHA conference if they want to, shape up seeding-wise to be in a more advantageous situation moving forward.
It's crazy because this team, when you look at every other team in the ECHA, they have not played, they've actually played the least amount of games compared to every single team there, and it's just unbelievable how, you look at their record, 11-3-2, and they've really just been so dominant on both sides. And every time that they're coming out here at Hatfield Ice Arena, they always do a good job at making a statement in the first period. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a slow start sometimes, but once they're able to get on a roll, you can't be playing with fire if you're the opponent, man. You can't.
Villanova 11-3-2. The Towson Tigers 5-17. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph will be back right after this for Puck Drop here at Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Stay tuned. Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Puck drop just about underway. The Villanova Wildcats taking on the Towson Tigers. Tom Shack Reagan, the defense unit here for Villanova to start the game with Balzerati, Nick Wood, Timmy Kabelski, and Dmitry Kapranov is in the net. Puck drop underway, and we are underway. It's taken care of by the Tigers. Sliding it around here on the near side, looking to handle it was Jay Harwood. He could not. Now it squirts free into the direction of the defenseman Travis Buckley, but it's fielded back there by James Reagan. Villanova looking to press here early. Sliding it over towards the near side. Nice forecheck by Towson, but to no avail. Cross ice pass, Nick Wood over on the far side, looking to blow by his man, trying to circle around the crease. Dump one in towards Balzerati. Balzerati tries to skate it back out. Reagan at the high slot. Shot is up, no good. It's deflected by Anthony Brooks, the netminder tonight for the Tigers. Jack fitted cargo quickly out there. Line change immediately for Villanova. Jonathan Naraki as well. It's hounded by Reagan, getting it up into the neutral zone. Now dish for Vogel. Full head of steam. Shot is up, no good off the stick of Brooks. Careening around, but over towards the far side. It was handled by Naraki. Now poked up towards center ice and dropped by Tyler Cooper.
They've come out very aggressive so far, Tom. And we see them attacking a lot in the offensive zone.
Another opportunity here for Fidecaro. A whistle will come. There might be an offside called. Minute and 15 seconds into this game. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Anthony Brooks, the Cal State University Northridge transfer. 2 and 5, 4.63 GAA, 90.9 save percentage. Face-off is handled here by Towson over on the near side, looking to just get this one out. Villanova has been the more aggressive team through the first minute and a half. Puck circles back over towards the far side. Davis looks for a cutter. Shot is up and handled by Anthony Brooks. So an opportunity for Fidecaro to put the first goal up on the board, but a stoppage here at the 18:22 mark.
Davis and Fidecaro, a very good 1-2 punch for this Villanova team. You like it when Davis is in passing mode, and he was right in the slot and just put up a really nice pass to Fidecaro, but it was a really nice save by Brooks.
Ryan Conaway cleared it out for a second for Towson, but now Villanova able to take over again right behind the net near the crease. Paul Giannetti looking to squirt it free. Forechecking slammed into the glass over on the far side by Conaway. Fight with it here on the near side. Peretti looking to kick it back out to either Lynch or Cooper over towards the high slot. Now a minor turnover as it was almost taken by Caleb Amadon here on the near side. A lot of fighting here. Puck squirts free over on the far side. Nice interception right at the neutral zone. Paul Giannetti hits it off the foot of a Towson player. That was Travis Buckley. Now the puck squirts free here. Villanova looking to take over. 2.5 gone here in this first period. Villanova out shooting Towson 4-0. So they've had their opportunities. Looking to try to create here early. Towson looking to push the pace. 3-on-2 over towards the neutral zone. Movement here. Puck squirts free. Shot was put up, but not a lot of direction on the shot. Now an opportunity here for Cody Keegan. But a turnover. Villanova comes the other way with numbers. Mike McDevitt down the far side. Brooks out of the net will stop it. Dump it down for somebody, but a nice aggressive play by McDevitt looking to set something up. Mason Lamazny puts a shot up, but it's off the foot of a Tiger player. So now the puck will skirt free. Down the far side, Mike Vogel camps underneath it. So we've seen this aggression, Jason, but no goal yet for the Wildcats. McDevitt towards the neutral zone, but it's poked back and handled by Lamazny. Kicks it over to Vogel on the far sides. It was off the stick. Now an opportunity here for Villanova, but Brooks puts the glove on it. There's a little opportunity for Villanova to score on that possession as well. We're going to get a line change coming for Towson as Harwood and Evan Owenby back into the fray, as well as Jeremy Wilson, a player we mentioned on the pregame, Jason.
Tigers, well, the last time they played, they allowed 42 shots on goal against the Temple Owls. They lost 5-1. And again, this Villanova team sort of picking up like where Temple left off against Towson.
Starting line back out on the ice for Villanova. Whistle comes at the 16-14 mark. Some ECHA games to look out for. George Mason is in Navy tonight. Temple plays William Patterson. Lehigh on the road against Canisius. And Westchester is on the road to play a slew of games against some tough opponents. Their first one tonight against Central Oklahoma. So we mentioned on the pregame, Villanova fourth in the ECHA conference. 24 points behind Lehigh, who's 3, Westchester 2, and George Mason 1. Balzerati looking to win it for the Wildcats, and he does. Swing here to Tom Shack. Over at the right wing, hounded. But now a pass here. Goes inside to Wood, looking to fight his man out. Nice forecheck by the defenseman Ryan Travis. Villanova able to squirt this one free, looking to set something up near the blue line. Slap shot high and deflected, but it kicks back out to Wood. Another opportunity potentially for the Wildcats. Reagan, dish, Tom Shack. Cross ice pass, Balzerati. On a dime, back to Reagan. Puck moving here for the Wildcats. 5-on-4. Wildcats looking to take advantage right near the crease. They've had opportunities, nothing yet. Maybe trying to kick it back out here to Tom Shack, and they do. And pass just a bit errant for Timmy Kabelski, who had his 6th goal a week ago in that 4-2 loss to Westchester. Got to give a lot of credit to Towson's defensemen, despite them being outshot here early. Not letting anything on the board just yet. Balzerati full out of steam. Shot is high and deflects off of Brooks, but ricochets back out to Reagan. His shot is wide to the left, and it hits that back neck there. 53 seconds, though, left on the power play as Braden Humphrey had to take a seat. And Jason, Villanova had 4 power play opportunities a week ago against Westchester. They did score one of their 2 goals in this situation. So you got to take advantage when your opposition's down a man.
Absolutely you do. And when it comes down to, you're obviously, you have 5 shots on goal in this game. Just continue to attack even when there's no man out there.
Caro behind the net. Charlie Davis out on this line looking to get some offense. Puck squirting free right near Brooks in the crease, but it ricochets back out. Towson looking to take over. It goes over Lynch and past the neutral zone. Vogel having to just chase this one back. One man back, Keegan Jensen for Towson. Now full head of steam here is Davis. When he gets going, he gets going. One man to beat. Stomps on a dime, back for Lynch. Over at the right wing, blows by a man. Lynch at the high slot shot is up and just wide to the left. It was deflected off the hand of Brooks. Another slap shot is altered. A phenomenal defensive play by Towson. Keegan Jensen got his stick on that.
The one thing that I've noticed is that they're trying to utilize the left side of the crease. And it just has not been working. You saw that previous shot by Lynch there. You also saw one by Fittacaro a little bit earlier, too.
6 minutes in, no score between Villanova and Towson, with the Wildcats out shooting the Tigers 7-0. So, Jason, your pregame prediction might ring true, but the Wildcats would like some goals here.
What, I said 20?
Pokes it, that's right.
Yeah, I said 20. Okay, there we go.
Towson looking to take over. Tom Shack puts one up, and it's almost dumped in by Paul Giannetti, but phenomenal play by Anthony Brooks, just putting his mitts on it and hauling it in for his 8th save of 8.
As great as the puck movement has been so far, you'd like to try to see the Wildcats try to get a better shot, because that's just something that they can absolutely do, but the shots just really haven't been looking too good so far for Villanova.
High slap shots up and almost punched in by Grayson Esposito. But now it'll squirt free into the direction of Towson. Nice physical play there by Nathan Johnson, just getting the puck out. Villanova pushes it back down the other way. A couple black jerseys back there to handle it. Davian Peretti looking to win the forecheck and set someone up near the crease. A lot of bodies in the area. The puck squirts free again. 9th shot on goal for the Wildcats. In this first 7 minutes of action, nothing yet on the board. Esposito looking to set up a cutter. His shot is up and gloved by Brooks. 12:56 mark here in this first period. Villanova out shooting Towson 10-0. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Second home game in 2025 for the Wildcats. They've looked aggressive, but nothing yet on the scoreboard, Jason.
Esposito just, when we think about freshmen, obviously we think about Charlie Davis and how dominant he's been, but this is a type of game where you'd really like to try to see Grayson Esposito sort of try to, do a little bit more trying to score the puck. And, for him to put up a shot on goal there, that's huge. But I hope that as the game goes on, he can just continue to go into the slot and also put up some really good shots.
5 goals and 7 assists, 12 points. A very admirable freshman season for Esposito. Face-off handled by Towson, looking to clear it out. It just feels like Kapranov hasn't had a lot to deal with, but maybe something brewing here. Jay Harwood with 3 gray jerseys hounding him. Going to just squirt this one free. Tyler Cooper back for Villanova, able to hem it in and not let anything through, but a nice job by Owenby. Trying to clear something out. A sliding stop by Tom Lynch right near the crease behind Kapranov. Almost set up a pass. It was a nifty look there. Owenby couldn't put it in. He didn't see it. Now here comes Mike McDevitt past the neutral zone. Dump ball for the trailer. Now up ahead to McDevitt. Hounded from behind by Owenby as he wins the forecheck there. Opportunity for McDevitt. He didn't see it. It was a tough angle. As Brendan Sargent will just send this one back down the near side. Towson looking to slow it down and maybe set something up.
I don't know the scores.
11:51 mark here in this first period. We haven't seen Walter Ostreicher yet in this game for the Wildcats. You got to figure maybe with the defensive line, although right here with Luke Carfey in the fray, but back to that starting line with Balzerati, a bit of a makeshift with the starting line. Michael Vogel in as well. Dump. Vogel pokes it over towards the near side, looking for a deflection. Deflection was Wood. Trying to set up Balzerati over on the far side near the boards. And his shot is up, no good, and it's poked away. A phenomenal play by Braden Humphrey, just trying to get that out of the fray. Wood's shot is up, no good. Another opportunity potentially for the Wildcats. Back, slap shot up, no good. Michael Vogel looked to put one across. Boy, Anthony Brooks has had a lot of action so far through the first 8.5 minutes, but nothing on the scoreboard yet for the Wildcats.
Yeah, nothing. You see 13 shots on goal compared to none. We played 9 minutes, and yet the Tigers just haven't even put up 1 shot on goal yet. That's how impressive the Villanova Wildcats have been on the offensive side. They're just keeping it in their territory. And as you said, Anthony Brooks has been a wall so far in that net.
Wood looking to put a dent into that. See, it's it over here on the near side. It's poked away and now handled by Towson. Gets slammed into the glass over on the near side. Vogel able to keep it away from Keegan Jensen. It's a little window there for Towson to potentially get one on the board. Now Carfey looks to set something up for the Wildcats. Villanova, 60 goals scored this year. They've allowed 32. So their goal prevention has been elite. They would obviously like a lot more from the offensive side. Some opportunities here coming, though. Skating around, putting a shot up is Wood, no good. Poked away, and Rocky had an opportunity on the rebound, but nothing brewing. Towson looks to kick it back down the other way. Carfey back for Villanova. Slams into Jensen. And it's Tomczak who will just send this one off the far side ice, but it's intercepted down there by Ryan Travis. Now here comes Vogel setting up a pass. Shot is up, no good. And it deflects off of Brooks. It was Fidecaro right in the high slot who had an opportunity.
I thought maybe he had a chance to get that, and that was another really nice pass by Davis as well.
Here comes Charlie Davis. Blowing by his man, puts a shot up, it's wide. Rebound by Naraki, kick to Davis. 2 black jerseys in the fray, and it's handled by Towson. Just flips it way up on the other side, which forces James Reagan to try to go get it, but to no avail. Icing called. 9:55 mark here in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. 15-0 is the shot on goal discrepancy. Villanova has been very aggressive, but still nothing yet on the board.
They are definitely getting good looks. Davis has been making some really good passes, but nothing has gone their way.
Opportunity with Brooks on the ground, but the puck falls right between his right thigh. So Villanova again trying to put one on the board. It was Davis. I don't know if he put up a shot or maybe tried to set up Jonathan Naraki on a little one-timer, but nonetheless a phenomenal stop for Anthony Brooks. His His last 5 games in net, he's allowed 4 or more goals, but so far he's handled a lot here. About halfway gone in this first period. You got to figure, Jason, though, with the amount of shots that the Wildcats have put up, that eventually 1 or 2 of these will go in.
Oh, sometimes it's all about just about how the puck bounces, and they haven't been able to get a bounce. I've been liking the shots better as they've gone on here in this first period, but you got to get a couple of bounces just to go your way.
Get a whistle here right after the face-off. A face-off infraction. Davis looking to win it here for the Wildcats. It's slammed into the glass, but it's handled by Fidecaro right underneath. The Rocky shot is up, no good. Davis, another opportunity. It's squirting around, no good.
Fidecaro got
Reagan slap shots up and wide to the right. Gloved by Anthony Brooks. More opportunities for the Wildcats, but still have not taken the lid off the basket.
I was thinking that maybe Fidecaro on that rebound off of the first shot by Davis was going to be able to sort of do a little bit of some trickery or misdirection with Brooks there, but man, he's just been so good in that net so far.
Now face-off looking to come here over on the far side. Villanova's done a decent job at face-offs in this game. You got to figure just at what point will one go on the board.
And still no shots on goal for Towson.
High sticking violation on Braden Humphrey, so opportunity for the Wildcats. Their second power play opportunity in this game. Poking it away, Vogel will have to go back and try to handle it. Villanova's only scored 9 power play goals and 43 opportunities this season coming into tonight's game. Davis, full head of steam, past the neutral zone. Dish, Fidecaro, far side. Gonna blow by his man. Trying to set up a pass towards the slot, but nothing brewed. Minute and a half to still go on this power play. Naraki, nifty move towards the low slot, but it's poked away, and Towson's able to just put out that fire for now. Still a minute 18 left on this power play.
Notice that Timothy Parker did a nice job at sort of deflecting Fidecaro's dump-off pass. That's supposed to go to Davis.
The move, Vogel's shot is up no good. Naraki trying to handle it on the rebound. Circling it around for Vogel up over at the left wing. Lynch, puck movement back to Vogel. He lost the handle. Now towards the neutral zone. Just had to try to poke it away to Lynch. Pressed and hounded by Amadon. He does get it to Lynch, and it's intercepted by Amadon. Towson takes over. They'll just send it back up towards Kapranov. Still 40 seconds left to play on this power play. 8 minutes to go here in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova Wildcats come in 11-3-2. Towson 5-17, losers of their last 13. Wildcats have been out shooting Towson 16-1. Still 22 seconds to go on this power play. Balzerati near side, full head of steam. Gonna blow by his man and set something up. Kick back out, Kabelski. Tomczak pass for Balzerati. Dish, Kabelski, shot is up, it's wide. He gets his own rebound. Tries to dish to Balzerati, but it's intercepted by Jacob Ricketts. So Towson able to withhold that penalty kill.
That was a beauty of a pass, too, by Tomczak. Got it right into the breadbasket. Just couldn't get there.
Esposito in for the Wildcats. James Reagan as well. Kapranov has to get back in the net. Black jerseys pressing, they're aggressive. Jay Harwood back in the fray for Towson. 12 goals, 16 assists this year for the junior out of Maryland. Here comes a steal on the other side. Full head of steam for the Wildcats. Dish, Esposito, his shot is gloved by Brooks. Another opportunity for the Wildcats. It was a two-man from Giannetti and Esposito, but they could not put one on the board. Clock frozen at the 6:49 mark. Still no score between these teams.
You had that 2-on-1 opportunity, and Esposito just at the right spot at the right time. Did he put enough on it? Absolutely he did. It's just really hard to stop Brooks when he's on today, and the hand-eye coordination has been unbelievable.
17 for 17 in net, and let me tell you, not all of these have been of the easy variety. Tyler Cooper over on the far side, pokes it free. Esposito looking to get some leverage to set up a cutter towards the slot. Battle right behind the crease, right by Brooks. Towson's been able to kind of get a lot of these out, but looking to maybe set up some offense here as that pass was behind Jensen from Amadon. Over towards the neutral zone, Amadon looking to just poke it free. Villanova able to handle. Cooper gets forechecked. Pucks towards near the blue line, able to handle it is Ricketts, who pokes it over towards the near side. A little over 6 minutes to play here in this first period. No score for either side. Opportunity for the Tigers. Giannetti pokes it off the foot of Esposito towards neutral zone. Kapranov comes out of the net, trying to set up Tyler Cooper. Trying to set up something offensively are the Wildcats. McDevitt, Lamosny back out on the ice, as well as Christian Rapatoni for Villanova. Puck's where it's free over on the far side. It's handled by the defenseman Ryan Travis. We haven't really seen Towson attack. Only one shot on goal through the first 15 minutes of action. McDevitt, nifty move. Looks for a trailer. Does dump it off. High slap shot is gloved by Brooks. Vogel again. Put some velocity on it, but to no avail. 18 for 18 is Anthony Brooks in net for Towson.
He shot that all the way from literally the blue line and did a good job of just putting a lot of velocity on it. I like the play by McDevitt. You obviously wanted to try to get your team in sync, and you wanted to facilitate the puck there, so I didn't mind him not going for the shot.
Belsky, Balzarati back out on the ice. It was that starting line for Villanova. Timmy Kabelski, as we mentioned, had his 6th goal a week ago. Him and Walter Ostreicher, the only offense for Villanova in that 4-2 loss to Westchester. Another opportunity potentially brewed for the Wildcats, but Brooks was able to come out of the crease just a bit and put his glove on it for his 19th save in this first period.
Tom, they have just blanked Harwood and Wilson already.
That's something we mentioned coming into the game, Jason, that Villanova's defense does a great job against the opposing scorers, but Wood tried to put one on the board for the Wildcats. But something we've said a lot this period is saved by Anthony Brooks. It's just, we're almost waiting for Villanova to get on the board. Harwood and Jeremy Wilson back out on the ice for Towson. Balzarati looking to win the faceoff. Puck not in the direction of anybody, but now Balzarati able to take it over underneath the net. Kabelski, tough angle to try to poke it away, and it's handled here by Towson. Over on the near side, stolen. Kabelski. Another pass for Wood from Balzarati. It was a quick play. I don't think Wood saw it over there on the near side by that red circle. Dish, Kabelski. Another pass. Trying to set up a trailer. The shot is up from Wood, no good. Now some pushing and shoving right near the crease. Balzarati getting into it. 21st shot on goal for Villanova, so your prediction is correct, Jason, but we would have thought we saw more goals here so far. Villanova out shooting Towson 21-1, but still 0-0 in the score column.
Yeah, sometimes, obviously, when it comes to the game of hockey, you can be putting a lot of shots on goal. Obviously, one of them is going to fall. It's just a matter of time as to when it's going to be, but Villanova just continues, they have to continue to put their foot on the gas pedal.
Trying to set something up. Jonathan Naraki shot is up, no good. The net moves. Opportunity individually for Naraki.
Did that hit off the crossbar?
Bidding for his 7th goal of the year. I think it might have, and that's what forced the net loose. 4:05 here in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Rival Sports Media here at Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Faceoff was handled by Davis, but now into the stick of Towson. Tomczak back, able to handle it for the Wildcats. Full head of steam, Jack Fidecaro. Trying to forecheck it was Conaway. He did for a second. Now a fight here on the near side. James Reagan, cross-ice pass. Tomczak just circles it around the ice behind Brooks. 3:38 to play here in this first period. Back to Reagan. Nifty move, put up a slap shot just wide to the left. He had a weird angle to try to put one on the board, and Tomczak slams his man into the glass. And Villanova able to take over here and there towards the neutral zone.
He just took down Wilson like he was a linebacker.
Wilson off the ice, an opportunity for Villanova to put something on the board. Esposito back on for the Wildcats. Full head of steam. Braden Humphrey up the near side, puts up an awkward-looking shot against Kapronov, no good. Now it's taken away by the Wildcats into the neutral zone with speed and numbers. Paul Giannetti and Esposito. Esposito knocks it down with his hand, looking to set up a cutter or a shot. Cutter. Peretti, nothing. McCarthy, slap shot up, no good. It off the stick of Giannetti, but to no avail. 2:45 to go here in this first period. Here comes Caleb Amadon, looking for a potential trailer over here on the near side. Right past the neutral zone. Pop loose. A whistle calls at the 2:34 mark. Villanova out shooting Towson 22-2. No score yet here in this first period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. The Wildcats, we've mentioned that they have played very well on the road. They're 7-2 on the road, 4-1-2 here at home. Their high in goals in an individual game is 7, so they're not a big scoring team, though they do prevent goals better than almost anybody in the ECHA conference. But now a 5-on-4 for Towson as Grayson Esposito will take a seat for 2 minutes. So we saw Villanova on the power play twice, couldn't cash in. Let's see if the Tigers do it here. A lot of passing here up towards center ice. Slap shot high from Harwood. Getting for his 13th goal of the year, would have been his 5th power play goal as well. But Towson able to regroup and handle it, looking to set something up. Shot is up, it's deflected. Opportunity still for the Tigers. Near side Harwood, dish back to Humphrey. A lot of passing here for Towson, looking for the right shot. Villanova muddying up the shooting lanes, and that another one stopped by a gray jersey, but a stick and an opportunity for Harwood to put one across, could not.
That could have been trouble.
That could have been real trouble, to say the least. Couple opportunities here for Towson. One of the first times in this period we've seen them with a full head of steam. Braden Humphrey dish. Pressed by 2 was Wilson. The Rocky looking to win it with Tom Lynch for Villanova, and they do. Vogel just sends us back down here on the near side. Clock will stop at the 1:22 mark. 48 seconds left on this penalty kill for the Wildcats.
Notice how as soon as Harwood got it, there was just a swarm full of Wildcats that were just being magnet or yeah, it was like a magnet of Wildcats were just coming on over.
4-on-4 as Caleb Amadon will take a seat for Towson. Amadon, 6 goals, 6 assists this year for the Tigers. So just a 4-on-4, then Villanova will get another skater for about 1:12. Opportunity here, Naraki. Opportunity for Reagan, who puts up a shot, but not a lot on it. Trying to forecheck is Paul Giannetti. Down there over on the near side. 55 seconds to play here in this first period. Puck handled by Towson towards the neutral zone. Full head of steam. Keegan Jensen looking to circle around Kapronov. Set up something towards the slot. Nothing bruised. Great defense there by the Wildcats. Carl looking to poke it away. Wildcats will get that extra skater back on the ice. 1:10 left to go on the power play here for the Wildcats. 5-on-4. They've had 2 opportunities. Couldn't cash in just yet. Handling it back towards center ice for the Wildcats was Travis. He just sends this one back towards Kapronov. 15 seconds left to play here in this first period. Last little hit here in the first for the Wildcats to get something going. He was side-checked, was James Reagan. Had some steam. Tomczak has it poked free, and that will take us to the end of period number 1. Villanova and Towson in a stalemate, tied at 0. The Wildcats out shooting Towson 22-5. They've had their opportunities. Jason, we saw a couple opportunities from Jonathan Naraki. We saw some opportunities from Vogel. Davis had an opportunity to put one on the board, as well as Grayson Esposito. You know, we can talk chapter and verse about this period. There's a lot to like, but still 0-0 as we head into the second.
There's obviously things that you want to clean up as well, but the biggest takeaway that I have from that whole first period is that Villanova was absolutely the aggressor out there, and they were also the team that were just putting as many shots in the net as possible. You are going to get a break at some point, but you just got to continue to just force it down there and make it really tough for Brooks. And I do think that in the second period they will do that. It's just a matter of time.
You would think it would be a matter of time, especially for a player in Brooks, 2-5 in his 8 games this season, 4.63 goals allowed above average, but he's 22 for 22 as the Towson netminder here tonight. 90.9 save percentage coming into tonight's game, but he has just been an absolute wall for the Tigers. But you do have to figure that, you know, with this type of volume from the Wildcats, it's just a matter of when, not if, we're going to start to see the goals on the board.
A little bit beforehand, you were talking about how Esposito had a couple of shots. I mean, Fittipaldi had a couple of shots too that obviously he wanted to try to have them go in. But again, if you're Villanova, you just got to continue to spread the puck around. They've done a very good job with their puck movement. I've also noticed that, you know, Tom Chap has been playing the point a little bit. Reagan's been at the point as well. You also had McDevitt, who, you know, also made a couple of nice scrappy plays too. Maybe it's not equivalent to the scoreboard just yet, but you just hope that with a matter of time that it will.
Yeah, hopefully we will get more goals on the board for the Wildcats, especially with that type of volume. But we will see. 0-0 after one here at Hatfield Ice Arena, the home of the Villanova Wildcats. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph will be back here on Rival Sports Media. Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. The Villanova Wildcats and the Towson Tigers in a stalemate. 0-0 the score after period number one. The Wildcats came in here 11-3-2, looking to pick up their 5th win here at Hatfield Ice, but more importantly, get 2 more points in the ever-crowded ECHA conference standings. That's Jason Joseph. My name's Tom Hill. Jason, we've seen a very aggressive Wildcats team in this first period. They're out shooting Towson 22-5, but they just have not put anything on the board. You got to give a lot of credit to Anthony Brooks, the netminder tonight for Towson. He has been an absolute wall, and there have been a lot of tough shots and a lot of smart shots from Villanova. But you got to figure, out shooting Towson 22-5, eventually this won't stick, and the Wildcats will get their goals up on the board.
Oh, absolutely. And again, it's just a matter of time for them to just be able to put some goals out there on the board. The one big takeaway that I did have in that first period was that they took Harwood and they also took Wilson out of the game. Those are the 2 top scorers, you know, in pretty much the ECHA, and they've been the whole entire offense for the whole Towson Tigers team. But they haven't really been able to get past mid-ice a lot of the times. The first shot on goal that Towson did have was with about 9:37 left to go in the first period. So glass half full, glass half empty. We can sort of look at it from that perspective. But again, your offense is not doing a bad job at all. The shots just aren't going in.
They're not going in, and you got to figure this is a game. If you're the Wildcats, you have to have. This is a Towson team coming in with a record of 5-17. Now, Harwood and Wilson, you've done a phenomenal job, to your point, at neutralizing them in this period.
Yes.
But Jason, you have to score, especially with Anthony Brooks and this Towson team. This is a team on a 13-game losing streak, and in that stretch of time, they've allowed about 6.5 goals per game. So yes, you like the start, but you're just hoping goals can get on the board sooner rather than later.
The mentality has to be, Tom, even though 22 shots on goal is great, and even though you don't have any shots on goal, you don't have any points out there, you don't have any goals out there, you still got to continue to be aggressive, and you can't let that get to your head. Once that does happen, then guess what? Then the pendulum's going to swing in the other direction. So I like a lot of these lineups that they have out there. At times they went out there with a couple of more defensemen, and they did that for a couple of more minutes, but then there were times where they went to their offense a little bit more, and you saw lineups with Davis and with Villanova out there. Maybe just shake things up to start off the second period. Maybe we see more of an offensive line.
It's going to be interesting to see, because there have been a myriad of Villanova players that have had opportunities to score. We've seen a couple times right down there in the low slot where Jonathan Naraki had an opportunity to poke one in, and just whether it was a tough angle or just a phenomenal save by Brooks, it's been very tough coming for this Wildcats team. And even sometimes when they kick it back out to a defenseman up towards the blue line, we've seen James Reagan get offensively involved. We've seen Liam Tomchak even put a shot up on the board as well. So you got to figure McDevitt as well. So this is a Wildcats team where, it's not just Charlie Davis so far being the offensive attack. It's been a whole unit that's trying to break the wall that is Anthony Brooks. And yes, you do like the fact that you have 22 shots on goal, and you like the fact that this is a Towson team that has lost a bunch of games recently, and their manner of losing tends to be allowing these goals and not being able to have goal prevention from their 3 goalies this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of Wildcats team we do get in that second period. And something you mentioned that I wanted to bring up, that starting line where we do see Wood and Kubelski and Balzerani, coaching could be maybe to switch it up. Do you maybe opt to go with a little bit more of an offensive look there? I do like the Esposito lines. They've been playing very aggressive. He, has worked well, that tandem with him and Davion Peretti. And we've also seen Fidecaro have some opportunities as well to score.
The one other thing, too, that I feel like, sort of just to piggyback off of your point about how you've liked the different lines that have been out there for Grayson Esposito and some of the other players. I also think that sort of to go along with that, your guys have to try to get into their heads a little bit too. While they've been making really good plays on the offensive side, maybe you do a little bit more with a forecheck. Maybe you try to take more bodies a little bit, and you sort of just try to make a statement that way. And you say, hey, nothing's going in, but guess what? We're not going away yet. We're like flies on the wall. You got to continue to swat us, that type of thing. If they can just continue to sort of just make that statement to Towson and say, guess what? Things aren't going in. Doesn't matter, though. We're still going to be the aggressor. We're still going to be attacking out there. That's the type of mentality that you want.
Their presence in the slot defensively is also something I wanted to speak on, because even though there have been very few offensive opportunities for the Tigers, that one little one there at the end of that period, the Wildcats defensively were able to iron it out and just hem it out and not let Towson get anything on the board, because it would have been so demoralizing.
Absolutely.
Outshooting them that discrepancy of 22-5 and being outscored in that first period. Villanova 0, Towson 0. No score. Second period is upon us in about a couple of minutes or so. With Jason Joseph, my name is Tom Hill. Stay tuned for more here on Rival Sports Media. is upon us. Still 33 seconds to go on the power play. Caleb Amanon takes a seat, dish into Kabelski. Had an opportunity to put one on the board over in the high slot. Could not. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. No score between the Villanova Wildcats and the Towson Tigers. Villanova out shooting Towson 22-5 as a team. They've had now their third opportunity on the power play, and an opportunity for Reagan to put us at 1-0. High slap shot up from Tom Shack, but nothing on the board just yet. Kind of microcosmic of that first period, Jason, where Villanova had a lot of opportunities, but you got to give a lot of credit to Anthony Brooks in that.
Oh, you absolutely do. I thought maybe for a second that Lynch on that rebound was going to be able to back end it in there. Just couldn't get it, though. And again, we're still, with just 2 seconds left on this power play, we still want to try to be the aggressor.
We're checking here near side. Dish in. Balzerati's shot is off of Brooks and ricochets up. Boy, an opportunity. Probably the best one that the Wildcats could have had tonight. Balzerati bidding for his 7th goal of the year, and a phenomenal setup by Kabelski.
Is this Carter Price?
25 for 25 is Anthony Brooks in net tonight for Towson. Tom Shack has it poked away, but now back with Villanova. Another steal here, Keegan Jensen. Dish, slap shot glove by Kapranoff. Opportunity over on the far side for Towson to try to get something on the board. Being outshot 25-6.
I mixed up Carter Hart with Carey Price. That's what I did there. But no, man, 25 shots on goal, and yet nothing still continues to go on in.
Harwood wins the faceoff for Towson. High slap shot from the left wing, just wide. Opportunity, Braden Humphrey for Towson. Does not have a goal yet on the season now. Picked off by Davis. Dish inside. Fidacaro put it out for Davis. Now Naraki trying to save this possession for the Wildcats. Cooper sends it back down up and maybe set something up. But an interception towards the neutral zone. Cooper able to take it away from Evan Owenby. We're checking over on the far side. Off of Naraki. Davis slams his man into the net, and the first goal finally on the board for the Wildcats. It's Jack Fidacaro. 1-0 Villanova. Fidacaro's 7th goal of the year. And it took 26 shots, but finally Villanova is on the board.
That was a big goal there by Fidacaro. We saw him get involved in the offense in that first period, and there were some nice passes that Davis made to try to set the table for him. And finally, the Wildcats were able to sort of break free.
Fidacaro now in sole possession, second behind Charlie Davis goals on the team. As Naraki and Balzerati both have 6 as well, but now Jack Fidacaro with his 7th. Another opportunity here for Villanova to keep applying the pressure. Esposito lost the handle. Taken here, Cody Keegan on the far side. Opportunity to answer, but it hit off the mitt of Kapranoff. Another opportunity. A high slap shot is handled by Kapranoff. Liam Ritter tried to put one on the board. Another shot is up, no good. That one coming over on the far side. So 3 shots from Towson looking to answer the Fidacaro goal, which broke our stalemate.
I love that line out there because I said that going into this period that you're going to need guys to check other people and just have bodies go flying into the wall, and Villanova has continued to stand their ground.
Carfy back out onto the ice for the Wildcats as well. Balzerati, Kabelski, Nick Wood. Villanova looking to try to take over offensively and keep their foot on the gas. Balzerati looking to poke this over towards Vogel. Trying to set something up towards the neutral zone. Wood, dish, Balzerati lost it for a second. Almost taken over by Owenby, but a full head of steam for Nick Wood on the far side of Convoy. That's Kabelski towards the slot. Couldn't get a shot up. Hounded by Braden Humphrey over on the far side. Wood back by the crease. Sets up an opportunity. Tough looking shot by Kabelski. Kind of a weird angle. He tried putting one on the board. Now here comes Jeremy Wilson trying to blow by Vogel in a physical play, pushing him to the ground. Got to give Mike Vogel a lot of credit there, handling Towson's star player and Wilson. Cross-ice pass intercepted. Could have been an opportunity for Villanova here. Vogel able to camp back. Almost had it taken away was McDevitt. Clock stops at the 16:31 mark. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. 1-0 Wildcats. First goal of the game scored by Jack Fidecaro, the sophomore out of Flemington, with his 7th goal on the season. Now second behind Davis, who leads the team with 13. Got to figure it was a matter of time.
Oh, absolutely. And for him to be able to finally get that goal there, that's definitely not just a boost for self-confidence, but as a team, you know, you're finally able to go up 1-0. And of course, we have a big power play coming on up, and Villanova needs to try to take advantage of this too. But I like the defense as well by Wood. He's been all over the fly.
4th power play opportunity for the Wildcats. Haven't cashed in on the first fray. Vogel puts one up, and it's gloved by Brooks and poked out of the fray by Towson. Just trying to kind of weather the storm, if you will, because just the Wildcats have been the much more aggressive team, out shooting Towson now 28-8. You're going to set up a cutter. Davis back out. Vogel by the blue line. Cross-ice pass. Tom Lynch. Shot is altered. Good job by Amadon putting his stick in the way of that shot from Lynch. Davis back to Lynch. Davis thought about a slap shot. Now it's Lynch who puts one up, and it's picked on a short hop almost by Anthony Brooks. His 29th save in 30 attempts. So an opportunity for Villanova on the power play, but to no avail.
He just scooped that thing up. As soon as it was hit, it was like, boop. And he just was able to take it and made it look so easy, like it was a routine play.
Villanova just now 3 for 23 as a team on power plays this year at home. So looking to cash in and get their 4th goal in those situations. Kind of like what you've seen this game so far. Towson 5-17 overall as a team, and 2-17 when they get outshot, and they've been outshot 30-8 so far. 15-12 to play here in the second period. 1-0 Wildcats. Dump for Wood over in the slot. Saved by Brooks off his leg and poked away. A phenomenal job by Towson. Just not letting anything brew. It was Ritter.
That was Harwood.
Just a phenomenal job with still 24 seconds to go on this power play. You got to give a lot of credit to this Towson. You know, Anthony Brooks has just been phenomenal in that. Only 1 goal allowed, and got to figure though, with more shots on the board for Villanova, they're going to get even more goals, especially against the team in Towson who struggled scoring. Alzarati looked to win the faceoff. Wood near the crease, forecheck slammed into the glass. Wood and Kabelski looking to get this puck free. Wood back to Tomczak, puts one up, handled by Brooks pretty easily too.
I think also though that Villanova, part of the credit to the Tigers is that their zone defense, when it comes to their rotations and the fact that Villanova has been able to get some looks, I still think that that Towson's zone has been pretty solid. The only goal that the Wildcats had, that was coming off of a fast break.
Davian Peretti wins the face-off. Slap shot over on the far side is altered. Reagan tried to put one on the board. We have a defensive look here. Giannetti and Peretti, opportunity for Tomczak to put one on the board. He could not. Lot in the fray. Reagan and Tomczak back. Towson able to handle this back on their own end. They haven't really been able to set anything up really offensively. That's been a struggle for them in this game as OMB lost the handle. Now full head of steam. Pass the neutral zone. Reagan blows by his guy. Shot is up just wide to the right as it ricochets over and takes a very friendly Towson bounce. Kapranov has to hit this one over off the far side ice. Esposito dumps it off. Towards center ice was Reagan. Just has to circle around, setting up Peretti over on the far side. Bangs it off the glass, Mason Lamazny. trying to set something up for the Wildcats. I think Towson wanted a call. Not going to get it. 13:34 to play here in this second period. 1-0 Villanova. The goal from Jack Fittacaro is 7th. Only scoring for either side. Puck squirts free, handled by Towson. Over the neutral zone, but they send it back down the other way. Poked away, Lamosny couldn't barrel it. Now a forecheck coming here as stick pops free and the puck squirts free. Peretti looking to take this one over for the Wildcats, and he does. But a nice interception back down near center ice by Conaway. A lot of physicality between these two teams as this game starts to intensify and progress. So we have a Tiger player grabbing his head.
Oof. What's up with Keegan Jensen?
A very, very
Oh, it's John
tough
Gonsalves.
look. John Gonsalves is down. A lot of physicality over there on the far side by the glasses.
When a puck just comes flying at you like that, and it doesn't matter what the speed is, it's like it's not a comfortable feeling.
This will be an opportunity for Towson on their power play. Paul Giannetti will take a seat for the Wildcats. 12:58 mark here in this second period. 1-0 Villanova. It was a scoreless first that featured a lot of shots from the Wildcats, and kind of a little bit of the same here in the second, Jason. If you're just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. So a 5-on-4 for the Tigers.
Yeah,
getting everything sorted out.
With Giannetti down, this is a big power play here for Towson, and if you're a Villanova, just try to keep the puck into the neutral zone as much as possible.
This could be an opportunity where Towson, who's been outshot, could tie the score and change the complexion of this game. Tried to set up a cutter in Jeremy Wilson. You mentioned his 7 power play goals of his 16 scored this year, so he's been very successful in this department as well. And to Jason's point, if you're the Wildcats, you just want to kind of prevent here, especially with the 1-0 lead.
Kill that clock.
Minute and a half to go on the penalty kill. Shot is up, but off the glove of Kapranov. Sends it back down over on the far side. It's handled. Poked away over here on the near side. Opportunity for Harwood looking to set up a cutter towards the slot. Now handled by Humphrey towards the blue line. Cross-ice pass. Harwood with Wood in his face. And Villanova looking to muddy up the shooting lanes. Doesn't feel like they're attacking the player with the puck. Back to Humphrey. A lot of passing here for Towson. Killing a lot of clock are the Wildcats. You got to give them a lot of credit. Slap shot up and gloved by Kapranov. Opportunity for Wilson again.
Yeah, Wilson was trying to look for his 17th goal of the season and just hit a line drive that was gloved perfectly by Kapranov.
Right into
Great save.
the left hand, that big glove for number 30 in the net. And you got to give a lot of credit to this Villanova defense as well. Just 9 shots on goal for Towson compared to Villanova's 34. Going to get a lot sorted out here.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing though is that you come into this period and you had 22 shots on goal. Now, it's, you put up 12 here in this period. Sure, did Towson come out a little bit more physical in that second period? You figured that was going to be the case, but I still have been very impressed with how Villanova has continued to handle the pressure that they've had to deal with today, because it really hasn't really gone their way.
And this can be very tough here for the Wildcats, as well as now we're going to get a 4-on-3 coming. Matt Falzarani will take the seat. Check that.
5-on-3.
Five on 4, I beg your pardon. 50 seconds to left to kill this if you're Villanova. And they've done a very good job, at least up to this point. Brooks comes out of the net. He's going to set something up. Naraki tried to cut off the pass. Down low to Wilson. Opportunity still for Towson with 27 seconds left to go on this power play. Vogel sends it back down here on the near side, and it ricochets past the neutral zone and chased down by Fidecaro, who has the only scoring on the game for either side. 12 seconds left on this penalty kill for the Wildcats. It looks like they're going to kill the clock.
Great shot there by Lynch.
Gloved by Brooks as he saw Fidecaro lurking. So there will be just a second left before Villanova gets another skater back out on the ice. Some of their shots have slowed down in this period, Jason, but you're happy you have the lead, especially with the way you looked in that first.
The one thing that you mentioned that going into this period was you were interested to see what types of lines that we were going to have out there. The lines have looked really good.
We've seen, a strong defensive presence as we expected. Giannetti looks to win the forecheck with Owenby, and he does. Kind of a knuckleball towards Brooks. Dishes it down and dumps it off for Ryan Travis, who looks to clear it out for the Tigers. Back up here down the near side. 10.5 to play here in this second period. 1-0 Wildcats. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova 11-3-2. Towson 5-17. Opportunity 3-on-2. Dish, and it's behind Giannetti.
Tom Schaff's pass was just a little bit off the mark.
Giannetti looks to win the forecheck here on the near side. Over in that top left corner.
I think if they would have done a better job communicating there, they could have had a chance.
Could have had an opportunity if that pass was not behind him towards the slot. We've seen a lot of passes go in that direction. The line change comes for Villanova. McDevitt, James Davis, Christian Rapatoni back out onto the ice. Ritter Keegan onto the ice for Towson, as well as Nathan Johnson. Face off taken care of by Villanova. Pass here near side. James Davis puts one up, no good. Another opportunity in a fight. Just some pushing and shoving brewing right down by the crease. Opportunity 2-on-1. Shot up. Kapranov puts the glove on it as he came out of the crease. A risky play, but it ended up working out. Towson bidding for their first goal of the game to tie us at 1. I'm surprised that wasn't a pass, especially with Kapranov at kind of a tough angle.
Yeah, and Reagan was going flying right on into Kapranov, and that could have been awful.
Liam Ritter looking to win this face-off for the Tigers with James Davis. He's able to handle it and send it back out to Vogel. Back to Davis, squirts free. The weak-looking shot was up from Ritter. In the high slot, it was easily gloved by Kapranov.
And Carfy did a good job rotating, recognizing that the play was going to go all the way over to Nathan Johnson, and he just figured that the backhand was coming, but good recognition by Carfy.
Harwood looked to win the face-off for the Tigers, but he could not. Wildcats poke this one up towards the neutral zone. Rapatoni gets slammed into by Braden Humphrey, but now the puck pokes free. McDevitt, full head of steam. The cutter, Rapatoni, his shot is up, no good. It deflects off of Brooks and goes towards the near side, then gets kicked back out over to the far side. 9:12 to play here in the second period. 39th shot on goal for the Wildcats. It was almost 2-0. It's still an opportunity as they handle it. Carfy towards center ice. His shot is up and behind Brooks. Another opportunity now near the crease. McDevitt looking to poke it out towards the wings. But he's just going to circle this one back towards the near side. Couple opportunities for some players here for Villanova. Charlie Davis back out on the ice for the Wildcats. Pokes it back out. Slap shot way wide from Carfy. We look for a ricochet. Another opportunity for Villanova, but nothing on the board just yet. It was Rapatoni again. Carfy puts one up. No good. Another opportunity for Fidecaro, who hits the deck. Boy, we have seen a very aggressive Wildcat team, to say the least, in this game. Just one goal on the board. Got to give a lot of credit to Anthony Brooks, who's now 39 for 40, as the Fidecaro goal early in this period is still just the difference in this game.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can do when a goalie just has the hot hand, and for him to just be able to get 39 saves on 40 shots, that's just impressive as it gets.
Comes out of the net to get this one. Didn't really have a whole lot of mustard on it right off the faceoff. You know, we've seen it all season long with Kapranov as well as Lou Larada too, so.
I was going to bring that up too, and Kapranov only with 11 saves today.
Davis tries to set up a cutter. Fidecaro in the low slot, couldn't put one on the board. Cooper looks to hound his man and get it to Naraki. Poked away, but now an opportunity. Amadon slap shot is gloved by Kapranov. But over on the left wing, we've seen a couple more opportunities for Towson to put one on the board. We mentioned in this broadcast, they're 2-17 when they get outshot. They're outshot 41-12 as a team in this game.
Kapranov definitely read that play perfectly and did a good job defending that shot.
Almost an opportunity for Travis, but he couldn't get the handle on it off his stick. As the cutter couldn't develop. A couple gray jerseys in the fray. Another very stout defensive showing from the Wildcats. Poking it back down over on the near side. Fidecaro looking to forecheck his man. Set up the puck for Davis, who tried to set up a cutter towards the slot. Poked free, now into the possession of the Tigers, as Cooper was the one-man back for the Wildcats, who was able to handle it. Lynch has to go towards the neutral zone and poke this one out towards the near side, over back by Brooks. Opportunity, Naraki, nifty move, has it stolen for a second. Tomchak tried sneaking underneath, couldn't put one up there on the steal, now towards center ice, but hitting the deck, physical play by Fidecaro on Amadon. Wildcats will take over, a little over 7 to play here in this second period.
A lot
Pounding
of
and wrestling, but now a full head of steam here. Shot is up, and it's saved by Brooks. Naraki tried to put one on the board. 40-second shot for the Wildcats. Another one for Naraki, but that deflects off a Towson defenseman. So a couple opportunities for insurance for Villanova, but to no avail.
Unlucky, man. The first shot that Naraki had just hit off the left side of the crossbar, and he wanted that. You could even tell just from his facial expressions. He was like, darn it, almost.
Especially with the fact that Towson's defense has been able to kill 4 power plays. Some opportunities for Villanova that they had earlier in this game, but gonna try to get as many goals as you can. Another power play opportunity. Michael Levitt takes a seat. Kabelski hits a deck shot. Is up. No good. Liam Tomchak had an opportunity. Now it kicks around. Full head of steam over on the far side. Tomchak and Reagan back. It's off of Kapranov. An opportunity for Harwood. Another shot is up by Towson. No good. It was Braden Humphrey. Kabelski pushes it down low. And just poke this one free as Reagan. Cross-ice pass here to Balzerati. Over towards the neutral zone. Skates by his man. One black jersey back, looking to stop Balzerati with the full head of steam. Awkward angle. Brooks comes out of the net. A lot of fighting down there by the crease, and another couple of opportunities for the Wildcats. A minute 15 still left to play on this power play. Reagan back to field. Nifty move, blows by Harwood. Reagan shot as he falls to the ground. There's nothing on the shot. Wood, dish. Tomczak's shot is off the crossbar. No good, right over the net. Still an opportunity for the Wildcats. Cross-ice pass. Reagan's shot is high. Handled by Davis. 50 seconds left to go on this power play. Can the Wildcats take advantage? Davis, slap shot. Tomczak, no good. It kicks off of Brooks. Boy, a bevy of opportunities for the Wildcats. As Kapranov just comes out of the net and dumps it down for Reagan. Still about a half a minute to go. And now with the line change, Fidecaro can take advantage. The dish, the shot is up and through. Jonathan Naraki on the dish from Fidecaro. 2-0 Villanova.
And that is huge, to be able to score on that power play there and go up 2-0. You get a little bit of some separation, you get a little bit of some breathing room. That was big, and the Rocky had a couple of really nice shots before that, and you know, we could tell that he was shaking his head. There was a time where he hit it off the left side of the crossbar, and for him to finally get that goal, that important one, that's big.
Yeah, that is huge for the team, especially considering all these shots on the board and to no avail. Another opportunity for the Wildcats as well, circling around. An opportunity for Towson up ahead, but it's handled by Tyler Cooper. So first goal by Fidacaro, second goal by Jonathan Naraki, who adds his 7th. Fidacaro had his 7th, now Naraki with his 7th. Another opportunity, Giannetti right by the crease, but nothing there. So 2-0 Villanova, 4.5 to play here in this period. Gotta figure with almost 50 shots on goal, the goals were gonna eventually come, and they have. They've scored 2 here in this second period. Kapranoff dishes it, dumps it right down for Tyler Cooper. Cooper full head of steam. Up ahead. And hitting the deck is Grayson Esposito. So the clock will stop at the 4:09 mark.
Just really happy for Naraki and obviously Fidacaro too. Both of them had 6 goals coming into today. They each get their 7th goal. And already 49 shots on goal, and there's still 4:09 left to go in the second period.
Yep.
We're not even in the third, Tom.
Naraki had 11 goals a season ago, the sophomore out of Darien, Connecticut. So still some time left, 7 goals this season for him to add to that total. And now a power play opportunity here for the Wildcats as well. Liam Ritter takes his seat for Towson. So this is a chance to really keep your foot on the gas. Tomczak back to field it under the legs of Balzerati, but Reagan back is hounded by Nathan Johnson. Now up ahead is Reagan looking to set up a cutter. As he hits the deck, he does get it though to Balzerati over on the far side. Sets up Reagan, nifty move, cross-ice pass, Tomczak, slap shot up, a lot of bodies in the area. Look to maybe set up a wood wrister. Tomczak, dish, underneath, shot up, no good. Kabelski looked to put one across. Now 50 shots on goal for the Villanova Wildcats. Out shooting Towson 50-14. Balzerati down low here on the near side, a little over 3 to play. Nick Wood full head of steam, couldn't put it on the board. 2 black jerseys in the fray. Balzerati had the duck. It was shot so fast.
And he did it so quickly.
Balzerati nifty move, dish down low. Kabelski had a tough angle, and now it's poked away by Towson. Cody Keegan just sends it back down the other way, which necessitates a line change coming for the Tigers. Keegan Jensen, Ryan Travis back in the fray for Towson. For the steam, Reagan towards the neutral zone. Charlie Davis back out there on the ice. Still 33 seconds to go here on this power play. Ritter called for the penalty. 2.5 to play here in this second period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Jack Vidacaro's 7th goal of the year at the start of this period. Jonathan Naraki just scored his 7th. Naraki trying to forecheck his man. Now Fidacaro over on the far side. Towson really is just not set up a whole lot offensively for themselves, but they are going to kill this penalty kill. It's still an opportunity for the Wildcats to put one on the board. Fidacaro to Davis, circling back out, trying to get a full head of steam, blows by his man. And it dumped it towards the slot, and it's intercepted by Vogel. Line change came just a bit late. Hardwood back out on the ice for Towson. Cross ice pass, dumped down low, Naraki, but Brooks comes out of the net and puts the glove on it for another save. Minute 48 to play here in the second period. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. It's been a very aggressive Villanova Wildcats team, Jason. 2 goals, 52 shots on goal. You got to figure, they're not done.
And 30 already here in this second period too, which is really impressive. They put up less than 40 the last game that they played last weekend against Westchester.
High slap shot is gloved by Brooks. Another save for the netminder, Anthony Brooks. This is a guy who came in who's allowed 4 or more goals in his last 5 games in the net. A Cal State University of Northridge transfer. He's had his struggles somewhat this season for Towson, but been very good so far here tonight. Lynch tried to pick it off, but Vogel able to handle it back down over towards the neutral zone. Fast pass to James Davis, who lost the handle. Might have overskated it. Jeremy Wilson takes over. 2-on-2 brewing. Rapatoni gets back. Dump off. Dish back to Wilson from Harwood. Puck goes over towards the near side. It's fielded back by Braden Humphrey, who bangs it off the far side ice. But it sets up a full head of steam here coming on the far side. Tom Lynch skates back, loses the handle, and it's poked away over towards the blue line. James Davis with 2 black jerseys in his face, under a minute to play here in this second period. Davis underneath tried to set up Rapatoni, but he couldn't get an angle on the shot. 43 seconds left to play here in the second period. Villanova leading 2-0, looking for more. Vogel trying to poke it away on the far side. Evan Owenby back for Towson. Now Kapranov has to come out of the net. Dangerous play, and it's picked off. Trying to set up a pass, and the shot is up, no good. Another shot is up, no good. Ritter and Wilson had a couple opportunities. We've seen that a couple times tonight from Kapranov, where he comes out of the net, and it's dangerous, but fortunately for him and the Wildcats, that did not come back to bite him there.
Yeah, he hasn't seen a lot of action tonight, and for him to just be able to, have to deal with that was a little bit scary.
20 seconds left to play. Ritter finds the trailer, but nothing really brewed here. Nathan Johnson didn't really get a shot up there. 10 seconds left to play here in the second period. But a last little scare here for Towson. And it's not handled over on the far side by Conaway. And that will take us to the end of period number 2. The Villanova Wildcats do get on the board twice here in this period. They lead the Towson Tigers by a score of 2-0. Jack Vidacara with goal number 7 on the season. Jonathan Naraki with goal number 7 of his own as well. Villanova continues to pour on the shots. They had 22 in the first period. They have 31 here in the second. They're out shooting Towson 53-16 and outscoring them 2-0. And Jason, you got to figure that if you're the Wildcats, you're just looking for more offense.
Yeah, and they came out there with more intensity for sure, and they were obviously able to do really good in transition. Fidecaro had a nice goal to sort of make a statement to put them up 1-0 earlier in that second period, but I'm just really more so impressed with just how they've been able to, again, continue to show their prowess and show their dominance and not let up, because the relentlessness and the resilience is what brings them together, and that's something that's been eye-popping to me today.
Dan Ludwig was the 23-24 goaltender of the year for Towson, but Anthony Brooks has really done a tremendous job, at least just holding down the line for Towson. Obviously, he's allowed those 2 goals, but 51 saves in 53 shots for Villanova. So you got to give him a lot of credit keeping this Tigers offense in it, but you also give a lot of credit to the Wildcats defensively, as they have just done a phenomenal job on both Wilson and Harwood, who you knew were going to be tough coming into tonight.
We knew that this Tigers team was struggling. You said it before. They haven't won since October 19th, and they're on an 8-game losing streak. But again, Villanova has looked like the inferior team today on both sides of the ice.
Villanova leads Towson 2-0. 20 minutes left to go here in this game at Hatfield Ice Arena. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph, we'll be back.
Hey.
You guys are live now.
Hatfield Ice Arena, the home of the Villanova Wildcats, who have a 2-0 lead over the Towson Tigers. With Jason Joseph, my name is Tom Hill. Villanova out-shooting Towson 53-16 in this game, Jason. And you got to give a lot of credit to Brooks in the net for Towson. He has done a tremendous job, at least holding it down enough for what he can do, especially when you absorb 53 shots. Those 51 saves have been big for the Tigers. But Jack Fittacaro with his 7th goal on the season. Jonathan Naraki added his 7th goal as well. We knew coming into the second period that we should have seen more scoring given how much volume we saw with the shots for the Wildcats, and we did. They had 22 shots on goal in the first, 31 in the second, as well as 2 goals. And even though they haven't done a phenomenal job on the power plays and sometimes squandering those opportunities, they have a 2-0 lead, and that's all you can ask for. 20 minutes left in this game against a Towson team who might potentially be on the verge of losing their 14th game in a row.
This Villanova team has showed a lot of resilience throughout this whole entire year. They're 11-3-2, and they've done a very good job at just staying intact, and no matter what doesn't go their way, they're still able to find ways to scratch and claw and make sure that they can do whatever they can to win games. Now, it's still a 2-0 lead, and in the third period, we'll talk a little bit more about X's and O's about what they need to do coming out of the gates in the third period. But so far, even though the first period, they put up 22 shots on goal, they were not able to put anything in there. They still have been very aggressive. That's been the word of the day. Aggressive hockey. That's what the Villanova Wildcats are all about.
And we did see it right out of the gate, and that's something that you said on our pregame, Jason,
Yes.
where you said if this Villanova team could come out aggressive, and that's something we both kind of touched on, then they were going to have a tremendous time trying to massage their way through this game and pick up a win and get 2 more points in the ECHA conference standings, especially against the Towson team, 5-17 overall as a team. They're at the bottom of the ECHA. They're 2-17 as a team when they get outshot, and they've been outshot by 37, 53-16 in this game. So you got to figure that we're going to get more shots and more aggression for the Wildcats in this last period. And you got to give a lot of credit also to Villanova's defense. Obviously, it hasn't seemed like Towson has created not near the zenith that Villanova has. But when they have this Villanova blue line, as you like to say, does a great job at weeding it out, hemming it in, not letting anything brew from an offensive perspective. Jeremy Wilson, who we touched on pregame, leads the ECHA with 32 points. He also has 16 goals, which is second behind William Patterson's Austin Teets. He's been stymied. He's been stymied here tonight, as well as Jay Harwood, another tremendous player for the Tigers. So you got to give a very, very, very big kudos to that unit for Villanova, but also the line changes too. I kind of like the synergy from the starting Balzarati, Wood, Kabelski line, and maybe setting something up for Tom Jack. Both defensemen and skaters have been very, very involved with trying to score. We've seen a couple of opportunities for Naraki before he finally got that goal. It was a tremendous dish down low as well. So if you're the Wildcats, stay aggressive, keep your foot on the gas, and you're going to have another win, which would be your 12th here on this season. But more importantly, pick up 2 points in that ECHA conference standings.
We've seen a lot of flashy passes, too, that have sort of gone unnoticed. In the first period, Charlie Davis, the freshman, just continues to have an awesome season. He's unbelievable. He had 2 really incredible passes where he was in the crease and he was able to find Jack Fittacaro going right into the slot 2 times, and Fittacaro didn't get both of those shots in, but I'm still happy that they were able to finally get Fittacaro a goal, when he's going out there in transition. But I bring up Charlie Davis's name because I also think that the passing that this team has done today, it's like their bread and butter. Everything is just going their way, offensively and out in transition, and they've been very stable. They've looked very focused, and they're keeping that tenacity out there.
Villanova leads the Towson Tigers 2-0 here at Hatfield Ice Arena in Colmar, Pennsylvania. That's Jason Joseph. I'm Tom Hill. We'll be back after this as the Villanova Wildcats look up to pick up a win here at home. Stay tuned for more. Back to the action here at Hatfield Ice Arena here in Colmar, Pennsylvania. Villanova Wildcats with a 2-0 lead over the Towson Tigers. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. Villanova looking to pick up their 12th win on the season. Their 5th here at home, and jump up to 26 points in the ECHA standings. Wood underneath, right near the low slot. We're going to set something up for Balzerati. Poked away over on the far side. Villanova out shooting Towson 53-16. Both goals coming in the second. Jack Fidicaro's 7th goal of the year was the first goal of the game, and then Jonathan Naraki added his 7th of the year for some much-needed insurance for the Wildcats. And Jason, they've done a phenomenal job at stymieing Harwood and Wilson defensively.
They've done a very good job in that sort of area, and again, the offense
Full
just
head of
continues
steam.
to
The
do
Rocky
its
shot is up, no good. Second chance opportunity, no good. We're able to try to poke this one for Fidicaro over on the near side. About a minute gone here in this first period. Tyler Cooper back. Send this one over towards the neutral zone for the Wildcats. This is scale the far side wall right behind Kapranov. 55 shots on goal for the Wildcats. And nice interception by Amadon, which forces Kapranov to come out of the net and put the glove on it. 18:46 mark, 2-0 Villanova. And this is a game they need, especially with Towson coming in 5-17. They're in jeopardy of losing their 14th game in a row. And this is a game you need if you want to really keep pace with some of the top teams in the ECHA conference that play tonight. 2-on-1 brewing. The Rockies dish. A nice job poking it away was Conaway as he tried to set up a potential scoring opportunity again. Clock frozen at the 18:27 mark. Esposito, Peretti, and Giannetti out on this line for Villanova with Tom Lynch and Tyler Cooper. A bit of a defensive look, a bigger look for Bobko and John Moores.
Saw the Rockies try to get on the board a little bit earlier here in this third period.
Chasing it down low was Ryan Conaway. Now slamming into the glass was Giannetti. Lynch towards the high slot, loses the handle, and it's stolen here on the near side by Conaway, who sends it back down, but Tyler Cooper is back for the Wildcats. Villanova playing with a little bit more of a controlled tempo here, as evidenced by this more defensive line. A slap shot from mid-ice, no good. It's off the foot of Brooks. Ricochet's backed out over on the far side. Vogel camps back underneath to handle it. Got to figure this slower pace is by design, Jason.
Giannetti's done a very good job. I've noticed that just, staying on top of his man and just being really physical. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Tom.
Cross-ice pass for Esposito. He couldn't handle it as the pass was just a bit too far out in front, so the clock will stop at the 17:22 mark. So the icing violation will necessitate a face-off coming here on the near side.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of those today, Tom.
Not
a lot
a
of
ton.
face-offs.
We've seen a couple of power play opportunities for the Wildcats. Both their goals not on power plays. An opportunity for Towson to put one on the board. Almost deflected off of Owenby. Vogel looking to poke it away. It's handled by Jeremy Wilson. Sends it back down off the ice. Now ricochets back out to Buckley. Slap shot up wide to the left. Kapranov almost came out of the net, did not. Opportunity for the Tigers to cut into that lead. Slap shot is off the stick of Peretti, who was on the ground.
Nice block.
A phenomenal block on the shot from Harwood. The puck hit the ceiling, so the clock will stop at the 16:48 mark. Towson's next game will come in a week at home against the Villanova Wildcats. And then they play TC&J and Lehigh those next 2 days respectively. Close out the year February 1st and 2nd against Mercyhurst, and then February 7th and 8th against Canisius. Face-off taken care of by the Wildcats. Villanova looking to play with a more controlled pace, as we've said in this period. They want to add that third goal on the board. Wood loses the handle now to Balzerati. Blows by his man, puts one up and in! Matt Balzerati! Goal number 7 on the year for him, and it's 3-0 Villanova.
I guess that the only guy that we have to have get another goal is Kabelski, because all 4 of them had 6 coming into today. So guess what? We'll take that 3-0 lead, and it was a really nice goal there, and that's what you want coming out of the gates. It took them about 3 minutes to do so, but it's great.
7 goals a season ago for the senior Balzerati. He has 7 now this season. And to your point, Jason, you know, the 3 of the 4 guys who had 6 now have 7, with Fidecaro, Naraki, and now Balzerati. So it's going to be very tough with 16 minutes left to play for the Towson Tigers to chip into that 13-game losing streak that they take into tonight. A little over 4 minutes gone here in this third period. Balzerati just added his 7th goal on the season and the 3rd goal on the game for Villanova. Little opportunity brewed, but it was handled by Tomchak. So there was some light there for Michael Levitt to get some steam going past the neutral zone, but it was their good job defensively by the Wildcats, hemming them in, something we've seen all night long. Face-off comes over at the blue line on the far side. Davis back out on the ice for Villanova. Lynch off the near side wall. Naraki, nifty move, loses the handle. And he almost has it back-picked. Puck squirts free. Towson had it for a second, but now they can't seem to corral it. And a forecheck here on the near side. Cross-ice pass for Cooper, who couldn't handle the pass. So it went behind him, so we'll just ping this one up on the boards. Circling it back out for Tom Lynch. Dump down low. Trying to set up Davis in the slot. But it was handled by Towson, and that'll stop the clock. With 15:06 left to play here in this third period. Villanova out shooting Towson 56-17. If you just tuned in, Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. 7th goal of the year for Fidecaro, 7th for Jonathan Naraki, 7th for Matt Balzerati. It's been the scoring here tonight for the Wildcats. So they're nursing a 3-0 lead opportunity here for Keegan Jensen. But he loses the handle and gets sidewinded here towards the near side as the puck goes back down towards Brooks. The clock will stop. 14:47 mark. Bit of a slow-paced third period here, Jason. But you know, if you're the Wildcats, you're just playing the clock here. You just want to see 3 zeros on the board and want to take care of business.
You read my mind, Tom. You know, of course things have slowed up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They're still controlling the pace. They're still putting up really good shots, and they're still being aggressive.
High slap shot up, and it's handled off the chest of Kapranov. Up over at the left wing, and now almost taken away by Towson. Ritter had an opportunity. Brooks will just put the glove on this one down at his end. Seen a few good-looking shots from these Tiger players, but by and large tonight offensively, it has been a struggle for them, Jason.
It has, and you know, the big 2 names that we've obviously talked a lot about tonight, Harwood and Wilson, nada. Not a whole lot of shots on goal for them.
Peretti loses the face-off, and a slap shot right up at center ice by Keegan is handled pretty easily by Kapranov. Just trying to maybe, you know, I'll steal an analogy from another sport, shoot his way back into it. Did Keegan try to there, but the face-off will come here over on the far side right by Kapranov in that right circle. Davian Peretti looking to poke this one out for the Wildcats. Something the Wildcats have done a tremendous job. Really this season has been winning faceoffs, or at least not letting lost faceoffs come back to bite them. Peretti jousting with Braden Humphrey over here on the near side. Giannetti underneath the crease. It's forechecked and slammed into the glass by Conaway. Puck pokes up into the air. Giannetti looks to set up a cutter. Peretti, his shot is up and wide. Just to the left of Brooks in the net. A little over 6 minutes gone here in this third period. Luke Carthy blows by his man. Now 2 more black jerseys to try to get by. He cannot. We're checked into the near side glass is Giannetti as he's pinned by Conaway. It's cleared out by Owenby. Over towards the neutral zone. Jeremy Wilson loses the handle. Tremendous job by Carthy. Not letting that grow any legs. So now the Wildcats will take over here. Line changes coming for both teams. Grayson Esposito back in the fray for the Wildcats. Vogel lost the handle as it picked by Ritter, but now Esposito with an opportunity scaling the far side. He almost lost the handle. Now he does and hits the deck. But the Wildcats have players back to handle it, and Esposito very slow to get up. So now we're going to get a stoppage here at the 13:05 mark.
Oh, no.
That was a brutal hit over on the far side. Gotta figure some frustration is mounting here for Towson.
You see Nick Wood going on over to him. See also James Regan and Davion Peretti as well. There's a freshman who really has a lot of guts and has shown throughout this whole entire season that he has been somebody that the Wildcats are going to have a bright future with.
Very slow to get up, and a couple of his guys walking him off, Wood and Peretti, not even going back to the bench. Grayson Esposito has been such an integral part of this Wildcat offensive attack. Freshman out of Marlton has 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points this season. He needs help getting off the ice here. Just a tough scene, especially in a game that, if you're Villanova, you're controlling it. Obviously, you want these guys to be physical and you want them to play fast and physical, but sometimes that's going to be the result.
It wasn't like it was even like a bad hit or a deadly hit or anything like that. That was just routine.
Yeah, very physical but clean hockey play. Sometimes you're the recipient of those hits, and I've never felt them, but they can't feel too good. Villanova, the new line, trying to skate up here on the near side. Kabelski looking to win this forecheck. He pokes it out free and does. One man back as he takes a slam from Conaway. 5 black jerseys converge. Balzarati looking for his second goal of the night. Awkward angle as he was fading away in the low slot. Couldn't put it up on the board. Puck squirts free right behind the crease. Towson looking to do something here offensively. Balzarati puts his stick in the fray and doesn't let anything brew there on that cross-ice pass. Tomchak able to handle it here on the far side. Dump off Reagan. Villanova looking to set something up here on the far side towards the neutral zone. Wood up ahead. Kabelski maybe looking for a trailer, but he lost the handle on the puck. And winning it for Towson, Travis Buckley. Little under 12 to go here in this third period. Villanova with 2 goals in the second, 1 in the third. Fidacaro has a goal in this game. He's trying to set up Naraki, who almost put one up on the board. I believe he hurt his hand on the hit. To hit a Towson player, but this will be fielded back down by Lynch, who's grabbed and pressed. Towson looking to just set something up offensively, as they have really just not done a lot here. Only 17 shots on goal. And we're just about 11 minutes left in this game. The Rocky full head of steam dish to Fidacaro. This gets a screen. Now Fidacaro in the crease trying to set up Naraki. Gunning towards the slot. Couldn't put anything up on the board. Lynch back. Cooper ahead to Fidacaro. He has Davis up in the slot. Now will take it himself. Loses the handle and has it picked away. Back is Lynch. His shot is up and off of Brooks. It ricochets forward. Lynch's second opportunity, no good. Now another opportunity for Lynch in the slot, but he loses the handle. A couple opportunities for Tom Lynch, but here come the Tigers. Back picked down by Cooper. And now trying to set up a cutter towards the slot. That one's up and no good. Deflects off Kapranov and was loose for a bit. But now the Tigers will try to set something up here. Travis up on the far side. That slap shot's up, no good from Amadon. We've seen an opportunity, some opportunities here, from Towson in this third period. But that Balzarati goal, so pivotal.
Oh, absolutely.
You can get insurance in this game.
Yep.
It's huge for Villanova to come out here, and just 10:23 left. You just tuned in. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. 10:23 left from picking up 2 more points, getting their 5th win here at home. A place they've only lost 1 non-overtime game. That was last week, the 4-2 loss to Westchester. But rebounding, getting a non-ACHA victory last Saturday against Lehigh 3-2 in a shootout. Harpy loses the handle. Sent back down the other way by the Tigers. Icing called. So we'll stop the clock with 10:02 left to play. 58 shots on goal for the Villanova Wildcats. Now up to 63 goals as a team this season, and got to give a lot of credit, even though he hasn't seen a lot of action. Dmitry Kapranov, coming into today, 6-3-1, 2.01 GAA, and a 92.9 save percentage, and that's going to go up as he's 19 for 19 so far here tonight.
Saw a little bit of back and forth between one of the Tigers and Clarfie, who did a little push off. And again, the refs have been really active, blowing the whistle a lot here in this third period.
I gotta figure maybe some animosity could brew over, especially with Grayson Esposito in the locker room.
It's a big loss.
Just has not been able to really get anything brewing offensively. But an opportunity here, 2-on-1. Blowing by is Wilson. He's been their guy all season long, but not tonight. Kapranov puts the glove on it, and right out of the crease, we have some pushing and shoving.
That's Peretti.
For on the left side of the net. Maybe on Peretti in the fray for the Wildcats. Looks like he was mixing it up with Jay Harwood.
And he's been so frustrated tonight because, again, he's not getting his looks. He's not able to get any sort of space or separation. And as a Tiger, that's frustrating. But again, that means that Villanova's doing their job.
Villanova has done their job pretty much every single unit tonight. And another phenomenal save by Kapranov. Just maybe about 3 feet in space. He's able to just snatch the glove up and haul it in. This defensive face-off is Matt Balzarati. Scored in his 7th goal on the season earlier in this period. Villanova outshooting Towson 58-22 as a team, outscoring them 3-0. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on this call. Wildcats just 9 minutes and change away from wrapping up their 12th win on the season, moving up to 26 points in the ECHA conference standings. Kapranov circles it around. Threatening was Keegan, but he wasn't back there for Towson. Now under 9 to play here in this game. Reagan flips it up ahead, right behind Brooks, which forces Towson to go back and try to field it. Wood cuts it off. Dish to Kabelski right on the left side. Balzarati to Kabelski, back to Balzarati. His shot is up, no good. Opportunity for Wood, no good. Couple of little opportunities for the Wildcats to add their 4th goal on the night, but nothing brewed. Given the shots on goal, you got to give a lot of credit to Anthony Brooks, though. Fielding a lot of different types of shots for the Wildcats. Mike McDevitt over on the far side. Had Kabelski at the slot. Now we'll circle around. What's the handle there as he's being forechecked over on the near side. Sets up Cooper. Puck pops up into the air. He didn't see it. It's handled back down by the Wildcats.
They're still Cooper penetrating a lot.
Draws a blitz towards the neutral zone. Rapatoni and James Davis back on this line for the Wildcats. Davis hounded by 2 black jerseys. Back out to McDevitt. Slap shot up from Cooper, no good as Brooks puts the glove on it. Save number 58 for him. Villanova has 60 shots on goal. They're up 3-0 with 7:46 left to play in this game. If you're the Wildcats, you want to try to salt this one away, and obviously adding another goal up on the board would be pivotal as well. So we're going to get another penalty coming for Towson. Michael Levitt will take a seat. So we've seen a couple power play opportunities for the Wildcats, but they haven't scored a single goal on them. All 3 goals have been with 5-on-5s. So an opportunity here. Vogel, slap shot up, no good. Goes behind the net. It was almost gloved by Brooks, but he couldn't grab it. And now hitting the deck over here on the near side. So there was an opportunity for McDevitt. Vogel will have to go back and field this over on the near side, back down by Kapranov. 1:26 to play on this power play. One thing Towson has done a very admirable job here tonight, not just Brooks in net, but also handling these penalty kills. An opportunity for Naraki. He didn't see it. Lynch in the high slot. His shot is up off the left foot of Brooks. Lynch shot off of Brooks again. We've seen a couple times this period alone where Tom Lynch has an opportunity for his first goal on the season, but the shooting lanes are muddied up. Clock stops at the 6:53 mark. Minute 07 left to play here on this power play. Villanova 3 for 24 on the power play here at home. Now 9 for 47 overall. So they haven't done a phenomenal job when their opponent is down a man. Looking to salt this one away here, up 3-0, 6:41 left. Nice dish into Kabelski. His shot is up, handled by Brooks. So another opportunity. This was a phenomenal dish down low. Looking to set up Kabelski. He's looking for his 7th goal on the season as well. Fidecaro, Naraki, and Balzarati all got their 7ths respectively in this game. Balzarati's coming earlier here in this period. 48 seconds left to go on this power play. Reagan high slap shot is wide. A lot of velocity on it. Just didn't have the angle. Tomczak trying to circle it back down low for Balzarati right near the crease. Puts a spin on his man. Trying to send it back out to Tomczak, who handles it at his feet. Pressed by Evan Owenby. Little over 6 to play here. Full head of steam, Balzarati. The crease is muddied. Wood down there. So is Kabelski. Someone looking to poke this goal in. Opportunity, Balzarati. Tomczak. High slap shot is up. No good. Reagan able to clean it up. Balzarati. Pressed by 2 black jerseys. Ricketts down there for Towson. Balzarati's wrister is up. No good. Easily gloved by Brooks. And we have some jawing back and forth between the two squads. Villanova 5 minutes and 44 seconds away from wrapping up this victory. Take a look at their January schedule coming up. They will play SMU in a Spring Mountain Ice game tomorrow, and then they will go on the road. 4 games on the road to close out the month of January. At Westchester on the 23rd, at Towson on the 24th, at Temple on the 25th, at NYU on January 31st. And we're back here as they take on NYU here at Hatfield Ice on February 1st. Far side, looking to forecheck was Fidecaro. Vogel unable to handle the pass back for him, so Mason Lamazny will have to track this one back. Little over 5 to play here in this game. Tom Hill, Jason Joseph here on the call. This would be Villanova's 5th win on the season. Towson will fall to 5-18 and lose 14 games in a row, barring anything unforeseen, with a little under 5 to play here in this game. Hounded by Peretti, almost had a steal and a chance at a goal. And now it'll just be poked out of there by Towson. John Gonzalez looking to just send this one away. Peretti dished down for Giannetti, who gets slammed into the glass over on the far side. Almost handled by Lamazny, who lost the handle. Now an opportunity for the Tigers to put one on the board. 2-on-2 shot, it's up, it's high. Opportunity for the Towson just goes to the wayside. It was Jeremy Wilson who's bidding for his 17th goal in the season. So 4:23, the clock will stop. Villanova 22 shots on goal in the first period, 31 shots and 2 goals in the second. Now just 11 here in the third, but they do have the Balzarati goal. They're just kind of playing a bit more of a defensive look to try to wait out the clock. No ice in violation granted, so Cooper will have to go back as he's pressed back down by Nathan Johnson. Pass up ahead for James Davis. Gets it over to the far side. Stopping on a dime was McDevitt. Now it squirts free here to Lynch over on the near side. Nifty move, almost taken away by Ritter. Now in the high slot, Davis couldn't handle it. Now poking it away and handling it back down was Tyler Cooper. 3.5 to play here in this third period. Shot is up, no good. Bit of a knuckleball that Brooks couldn't handle, but it was off his foot. Davis on the carom potentially, trying to set up McDevitt underneath. McDevitt, backhand dish to Davis. Forechecked into the glass over on the far side by Buckley. Now that shot is up and gloved by Brooks. James Davis looking to put one on the board, looking for his first goal on the season. Charlie Davis, Jonathan Naraki, Jack Fidecaro back out onto the ice with Tomczak and Reagan. 65 shots on goal for the Villanova Wildcats. Anthony Brooks, 62 for 65, so he's done his job tonight. High shot is off the net behind the goalie. Tomczak right up at the blue line on the far side. 3:05 left to play here in this game. Towson will play at home against Villanova a week from today. And TC&J then Lehigh. Davis looking for his 14th goal on the season, potentially coming in what would be garbage time. And the spin on his man was Braden Humphrey. Now cross-ice pass, Amadon trying to set something up off the stick of Kapranov. On the ricochet, an opportunity for Towson. Dumped down low, shot is up, no good. From Caleb Amadon right in the slot. So a couple opportunities for Amadon, who has 6 goals on the season for the Towson Tigers. But another save for Kapranov, who has been pitching a shutout in net, 24 for 24 here tonight. 2.5 to play here in this game. 3-0 Wildcats. This will be big for this team, getting 2 more points in the ECHA conference, especially with the slate of games, most of their competition in the standings playing later tonight. It feels like they get this game and they can kind of just wait around and see how things shape up as we start to move towards the latter half of the regular season before playoffs start to kick in. Shot up, no good. Now under 2 to play here in this game, and what has just been a complete effort for Villanova. Up ahead towards the neutral zone. Davis couldn't handle it. Now poked away. Travis Buckley just stuck his stick out and stops us with 1:47 left to play. Just some recap of this game. It was scoreless after the first, despite the fact that Villanova outshot Towson 22-5. Then the scoring started in the second, as Jason and I predicted. Jack Fidecaro, his 7th goal on the season. Jonathan Naraki with his 7th goal as well. And then Matt Balzarati added his 7th. Must be a lucky number here tonight. 3-0 so far here for the Wildcats. A shot up, no good. Paul Giannetti. Gotta give a lot of credit in that to Anthony Brooks, though, for Towson. This is a player in his last game against Temple a week ago today, 37 for 42. And so far today, even better, 62 for 65, but it looks like it's just not going to be enough, as the Tigers could not really seem to generate anything offensively. Got to give a lot of credit to this Villanova blue line in holding Harwood and Jeremy Wilson in check. Harwood 28 points, Wilson 32 points. You got to figure both of them are poised for some first-team ECHA selections. Charlie Davis of the Wildcats might get selected for that as well. Just a phenomenal freshman season. 1:16 to play here in this third period. James Davis looking to win the faceoff for the Wildcats. He does. Gets it up ahead to Rapatoni. An opportunity in the slot for Davis. Lamazny handles it. High slap shots up. No good. Having to duck was Rapatoni, trying to send it back out for Lamosny, but it's picked off by Towson for a little. Davis, high slot, slap shot altered, and actually stopped by Harwood. So now an opportunity with under a minute to play here for the Tigers to get something brewing. Poking it up, Vogel picks it off. Now he'll circle around and send this one up towards the near side. Over towards the neutral zone. Davis with a full head of steam. Scaling the near side here. With one to beat. Dish to Lamosny. His pass not handled by McDevitt, who hits the deck. It gets flipped up and back down the other way over on the far side. An opportunity for Towson to put one on the board. And it's a diving stop. Lunging in the slot. A phenomenal heads-up play by Mason Lamosny. And they're just going to skate this one out. 5 seconds left to play. That's going to do it. The final score, the Villanova Wildcats win this one by a score of 3-0. 2 goals in the second. Jack Fidecaro, his 7th goal on the season. Jonathan Naraki had his 7th as well. And then the icing on the cake, Matt Balzerati adds his 7th goal on the season in the third period. Made it 3-0. 66 shots on goal for the Wildcats compared to Towson's 25. Anthony Brooks, 63 of 66 as the netminder for the Tigers, but it just was not enough as the Tigers could not generate anything offensively. And the Villanova Wildcats improve to 12-3-2 and get 2 more points in the ECHA, now up to 26 on the season. They get their first win at Hatfield Ice here at home in 2025. And well, a week ago, they lost 4-2 here at home to the Westchester Golden Rams. So this was a game that we penciled in. It was going to be big for them to try to pick up a victory here against the team in Towson, who has now lost 14 games in a row. Now they dropped to 5-18 as a team, and their last win came in mid-October, on October 19th, a 4-2 victory against Temple. So you knew if you're the Wildcats, you got to come out here after a tough home loss a week ago to Westchester. You got to come out here with this purpose and this hunger and this aggression that we saw all game long for Villanova. They were dominant on all 3 facets. Dmitry Kapranov picks up another win, his 7th on the season. He was 25 for 25 in net. He pitched a shutout. He was the 2022-2023 ECHA goaltender of the year, and he has just been tremendous. Him and Lou Larada in net for John Morris and Mark Bobko this season. And, if you're Villanova, you just got to keep this momentum moving. It's going to be a tough schedule with Westchester playing Central Oklahoma tonight, and Lehigh plays Canisius, and George Mason on the road against Navy. So it's going to be interesting to see how those shape out. You got to figure, if you're Villanova, you would really hope Navy defeats George Mason here tonight, and you look good in the ECHA standings. But more importantly, the final score is Villanova 3 and Towson 0 here tonight. And just all around a tremendous win for the Villanova Wildcats. And, you want to keep this momentum going, but we're going to send it over towards the bleachers where Jason Joseph has a post-game interview.
Hey there, Tom. I'm here with Matt Balzerati, and Matt, I have a couple questions I want to ask. First and foremost, how did it feel getting your 7th goal of the season?
I mean, it was good. It's always good to help the team in a 2-0, 3-0 game like that, but all the credit goes to Nick Wood. Human wrecking ball out there. He always take guys open space, so he made a really good play on the goal, and it was good to get one for the team.
Absolutely. You guys, it was you, it was Jonathan and Jack. You all 3 were able to get your 7 goals of the season. What's it like playing with those guys?
Those guys are great. They always bring the energy to compete. First guys on the ice, last guys off the ice. It's awesome playing with them. Love to have them as teammates.
For you guys to get your 11th win of the season, and you guys to lose like a very heartbreaking game last week against Westchester, how gratifying is it to just be able to get, a win here at Hatfield Ice Arena and come back into your home ice to be able to get that dub?
It's awesome. We always mark Westchester on the calendar, and you're right, it was a great game last week, and we came out on the wrong end, but always good to get the ship right, get back in the win column, and looking ahead to them next week, next Thursday. We got a big game with Westchester.
The one thing about you guys is that you guys have a lot of great veteran leadership, and you also have a lot of great youth, and you saw, obviously, Grayson Esposito took a really big hit at the end of that third period. What does he mean to this team?
He's been great. He plays with grit. He's a guy out there, he shoots, he scores, he's always in the right spot. Puck always finds him, so hoping for a quick recovery for him, get him in the lineup. I know he's got a bunch of goals this year, so we really need him there.
And finally, I wanted to ask you real quick as well. You've been here for a long time. What makes this team special?
Just a group of guys. Everyone's happy to come to the rink and have fun with each other, and that's what makes it special. It's such a big time commitment, but it's totally worthwhile when you come with your best friends.
Matt, thank you so much for doing
Thank
this.
you.
All right, back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Jason. Once again, the final
good one,
score,
man.
the Villanova
Good
Wildcats 3, the Towson Tigers nothing. Villanova improves to a record of 12-3-2. They get their 5th win on the season here at Hatfield Ice Arena. And their next January slate, Spring Mountain Ice tomorrow against SMU, then on the road against Westchester, Towson, Temple, and NYU. Our next broadcast here from Hatfield Ice Arena will come on February 1st in a home match against NYU. Once again, the final score, the Villanova Wildcats defeat the Towson Tigers by a score of 3-0. With Jason Joseph, my name is Tom Hill. Thank you all for tuning in and have a great rest of your night.